back again over here with Guitar Stories. I have Mo Flunder here, famous of Mo's Garage. Mo's going to talk to us about this guitar he has, a hand-built guitar we built, as you may know, across the street where all the great guitar builders meet, rhyming. Mo, tell us about this guitar.
All right, the guitar. I'll tell you, I know a lot about this guitar because it was built in the shop while I watched Mr. Stickwood make it. I did not make this one, but it was made out of a piece of lumber from my building, for example. Hence the pine grain here. It's lightened it up quite a bit. So this is obviously based off of a classic old style Fender. And he wanted to look that way, and that's the way it turned out. He bought the pickups from a local provider over in the county.
Oh yeah, who's that?
Pickup Wizard, I believe is the
trademark
right? Name that's on the box.
Okay.
And I think out of business now, but Greg was all over them. And he picked up a couple of these. I think there's a couple still over on the shelf there. If you,
I might have to appropriate one of those, eh? Speak to Greg about those.
Greg left me this great old Gibson amp in the shop to practice with too, which is a Gibson amp. I looked it up today. It's it's a $500 amp. It's from the 60s.
Yeah, it's a Gibson Skylark, I believe. It's got that Gibson tremolo there. Listen, they were never really that popular, but they have a lot of great nostalgia factor with them right now. Yeah. One of the other things I wanted to talk about, is Greg has a certain way of putting in that switch plate. He's got it upside down compared to how the regular Fenders put it in, but that's his little his trademark there. I know he built that neck from scratch with hands.
Yes,
right?
Which is a piece of lumber in itself for sure.
Yeah, it's
you
a
can't
baseball
probably
bat.
see it, but yeah, it's extra thick. I think he decided not to put a truss rod in this one.
Okay.
And he compensated for that a little bit. So, but I don't mind. I'm not a big player, as you know. I come to this craft more from the woodworking than from the guitar making, actually.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that in a second there, but I think you must have pretty big hands, because I've tried that guitar and I can barely get my hands around it. I've asked Greg, if I know he's got some other ones that are available, and I don't have quite enough guitars yet. There's one of them that I've got my eye on, but I'd have to take that neck down. The radius is just incredible.
Yeah. And
the fretboard's not really that flat, and I prefer kind of a flatter fretboard with less of that baseball bat feel to it.
Well, it keeps its tune absolutely perfect. I haven't even had to touch the tuners, I swear. I got it from them, and I'm really happy with the sound of it. Everybody picks it up, just has a great time playing it.
Yeah, and it looks great. So that came directly from your building, eh?
Yeah, that was a 150-year-old piece of pine. That was in the rafters of that old building. Yeah.
It sounds like that's amazing. It sounds like a 150-year-old piece of pine in a guitar.
Well, the first song that came to mind when I strummed it was what I just played.
Rumble was banned from the radio because
I know.
Because of the panty wasters, thinking that would start riots. But anyway, it's not even that aggressive. But that's just me. So tell me, how did you get into woodworking, and what made you decide that you wanted to make guitars?
Well, it was really Greg. He was making them out of his garage up on the East Hill a couple of years ago. And he said, I just made a bass. Do you want to make a bass? And I said, why not? I'll do something with you to kick around the garage. And I've got some great old wood that I think would be really good. And I always wanted to learn how to play bass. So I wanted to start by building one. So that's the way we started, in his garage. And then I ended up having a free space downtown, and we moved Greg's garage to Mo's garage. So that was the history of it.
Yeah. Give us a close up. Beautiful.
Well, these are your pickups for I don't even know the details on these pickups, what they are, but that's obviously kind of the lipstick style. And I don't know, we're just showcasing the pine and the fret. Greg's got a really good job with the frets. He lets the big fat frets on there. Doesn't spare any expense on the tuners, and put a nice set of tuners on, I think, too.
Excellent.
So that's
All right,
all I know about the guitar. Greg will know a little more than I am if you're going to talk to him.
Hey, I'm gonna have to get that guy in here. Anyhow, so you got into the woodworking, and you decided to make a bass because you're a bass player. Well, you know what? One of these days we're gonna have you over here and talk about your bass.
One of these days.
Yeah, I think we can figure that out. Anyhow, Mo, thanks for coming out. You've been playing that.
I didn't get a chance to try my solo.
Yeah, you want to go for it? Give us the riff. There you go.
Oh, in preparation for this, I watched the video last night.
Oh, you did?
About the contenders. Yeah, the documentary. So this. I got to give you a shout out to this documentary.
Well, which
on Link Ray.
Okay, the Link Ray
Well,
documentary.
It's actually more. It's about the indigenous musicians' influence on rock and roll, and he
Okay.
played a big part of this documentary. It was out about 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So if I have a movie recommendation to your rock and roll friends, it would be watch Rumble. How Indians changed the rock and roll world or something like that.
Well, you know, that's really interesting because I'm a big Link Ray fan.
Oh.
Saw him a million years ago. Had no idea he was indigenous.
Oh, yeah, and that's the story goes through Robbie Roberts, then it goes through Jimi Hendrix, people like that who not a lot of people don't know have indigenous roots.
Oh, yeah. So, you know,
It's a fantastic documentary. So
where'd you find it?
found it on YouTube, and I rented it on YouTube for $5.
Well, there you go. If I had $5, I'd be in. So now tell me, what's going on with what's your next project? What's the next guitar you're going to build? I know you built a ukulele
I did an electric ukulele
for
with
your
my
daughter. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah,
Amazing. You have to get a picture of that.
that turned out great. And I don't know. I did some after I did guitars. I did some drums. I did.
Oh,
How do you call it? Sit on.
oh, you're the
Cajones,
cajones, not cajones.
It's cajones, not cajones. Everybody knows it.
Yeah.
I built a couple of those out of the shop. Again, I'm more into the woodworking end of it. I thought, I'll make some of these, and I might produce those for friends and things. But I got to drop that. I might do some more of those because they were fun. I put the snare in there and everything, so you can turn on a snare and everything. Yeah,
That's really cool. You know, listen, I admire your craftsmanship. I love the way you finish your stuff, and you've got kind of a style that you like. I understand that your wood grain, the grain comes through. You like to see that. It's about the wood and it's about the woodworking. But listen, you know what? At the end of the day, it's a guitar, and this is what we talk about. All right, these are guitar stories. Mo, thanks for coming in. You know what? Well, don't forget, you got to come back and talk about your bass, eh?
well,
Give me that key. Give me that E.
E.